All right, Leo, as you can see, I don't have any cards out yet because I just don't think that you really want to talk, to be honest. The feeling that I'm getting, first of all, the phrase I got was hair raising. And literally I can feel, especially on the left side, the back of my neck, I can feel like hair standing up. Like there's something that's happening on a spiritual level, on the level that you receive on. You're receiving some type of new upgrade or energy, or you're in an experience that is causing you to receive this wave that I feel like you don't know how to interpret yet. And it's a little bit of a shock to your system. Not like a harsh shock, but it is, again, hair raising, right? So hair raising can be like really exciting, but a little bit scary, and just very new. Or it could be like it turns you on or turns all your senses up like 7 notches. But also the feeling that I was getting, like I literally feel like I need to like put my hair down. Like it's crazy. Okay. Okay. I really feel like you're getting, I don't want to say forced, but you're getting presented the opportunity to bare your soul, if you will, in a way that you have not before. The star talks about huge wishes being granted. I'm talking huge. Like I'm talking life-altering, okay? But it requires sacrifice on some level, and sacrifice in a way of control. In knowing that we have to give a piece of ourselves, not permanently to anybody, but to source. We have to give up that control, that idea that we know it all, and we have to surrender to it. We have to surrender to the grander plan. The Six of Pentacles is saying that when it comes to the give and take, right? And we also talk about power structures with this Six of Pentacles. You can't always be in control. And it can't always be about what you have to give other people, Leo. It sometimes has to do what people have to give you. And in order to alter the dynamic inside your relationships and inside your life and the people that you deal with, I do think you have to start thinking, I want to say, outside the box. King of Cups with the Seven of Cups is saying that there's a lot more ways whatever you're experiencing right now can pan out than I think that you can even think about. And if you sit there and kind of muddle with them about, okay, how's this going to go? How's that going to go? You're missing the point and you're missing the experience. The star also asks you to be really, really present. And this is your opposite energy, right? Leo energy is all about the self and the own expression. Aquarius energy is all about the whole. So in order for you to experience life fully, I feel like not only do you need to go after what makes you feel pleasure and what brings you joy, but finding a lot of joy in seeing pleasure on other people's faces. And that's a mark of maturity. That's a mark of emotional maturity. And you don't have to wonder if you're making the right decision or making the wrong decision. You just need to follow your gut. Okay, Four of Wands. And allow yourself to celebrate this newfound connection that you have to your spiritual body, that you have to another person. I am feeling a lot of solar plexus and solar plexus. Yeah, I said solar plexus twice, right? Sacral chakra and solar plexus energy. Okay, so this is about connecting to another person in a very, I don't want to say primal. Primal's not the word, but in a very sensual way. But it's like a spiritual sensuality. It's not something that is purely carnal, if you will. Yeah, and I think that you have a lot of emotional reverie moving through your body, and I feel like doors are really opening up. Okay, Leo. I think this is a very interesting reading. I will say off a rip, this is all about what's so interesting is if you have Cancer energy in your chart, I definitely think this reading is for you, and particularly because they had the Queen of Cups in the exact same place. Like not only just in the door of what's open, but in this exact position. And they had the Emperor in the heart space, but regardless, there's a huge focus, right? Two strong masculine energies about acting on the heart, okay? And they also had, not with air, but they had Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. They had a couple, and I always pay attention when the masculine and the feminine of the same suit show up together, okay? So there's a huge focus, Leo, on taking action on what you deem important, what you deem beautiful, what you deem valuable, which of course is perfect because Venus is going retrograde and she not only rules romantic love, but she rules beauty, aesthetics, and money and our value system, what we find, what we, focus our morals on, things like that. Now, the overall energy is the Six of Swords. So you have 3 sixes here. No, 4, because the Lover is a 6 as well. And you had the Six of Pentacles in the beginning, which is the only one that didn't show back up here. So, sixes are about turning the corner and things coming full circle. Sometimes we've been on the same path. I don't know why to start. Sometimes we've been on the same path for so long that when it starts to kind of come full circle, we get nervous that, the journey could never circle back or connect, right? Because a 6 connects at the end after a long time alone or a long time going straight ahead, if you will. The Six of Swords is talking about things that you need to move towards and move beyond, okay? Especially on a mental level. If there's been some kind of decision that you've been putting off, or if you've been kind of indecisive about how you feel or what you find valuable, what you find important, because I feel like this is about intellect, and I feel like this is about acting on the mental body and acting about what you know to be true 100%, that you've maybe been negating or sitting on too long, okay? The Six of Swords can talk about, too, a need to travel towards or move towards, at least on a mental level, what is important to you and not allowing any trauma of the past to hold you back from that. You do have the Oracle cards Action, which is really similar to the Chariot with 2 black and white horses, and Door to Value. And the Door to Value isn't just about money. It's about all things that are abundant. And when you have the Door to Value, we're talking about opening up a floodgate, okay, of just everything. Everything you could ever want. Okay, we're talking about the purest of heart's desires, and that's why you have the King of Swords here in the heart space with the Rune Marriage. You need to commit to what you know to be true. Now is the time to be decisive about how you feel in order to let these flood of blessings roll in. With the Action card here, and it being an 8, I feel like it is very complementary to the 2 of Pentacles. Notice how the black horse is moving slower than the white horse. It may seem like your shadow or your more negative thoughts or the more heavy aspects of yourself slow you down, but if you're committed to forward motion, nothing will stop you. Okay, so I feel like there needs to be a commitment to moving forward on something or with someone or whatever. Whether this be work, or whether this be you see, like some of you I think are seeing something in somebody or seeing something in yourself that you really like. And it's like a diamond in the rough or like a really shiny aspect. And I'll be honest, I also have this feeling in my body of like intoxication. I don't think it's like literal intoxication like drinking. It feels like being intoxicated by something, like enthralled, okay? So if you've met somebody or you've tapped into a part of yourself or you've tapped into a hobby or a job or a passion project that makes you feel so just like lost in the sauce and just like amazed by this thing or this person, you need to act on it because the Spirit is saying that this is just a portal of endless possibility and you need to seize the day, right? Carpe diem that ass, all right? The Six of Swords, too, is saying that if it's at a distance from you or if it requires you to kind of move beyond mentally limiting states of mind in order to achieve it, it's worth its while, okay? What Spirit is asking you to leave behind is the Ten of Swords with the Lovers. And on the Lovers, we have luck. So the Lovers is a crossroads more than anything, and a huge decision about whether or not we're going to align with a more heart-centered, expansive, spiritually accelerating portion of ourselves, or kind of keep rocking at the level that we're at. And that's the nature of ascension, right? I feel like the Lovers is a huge ascension card, right? With the two aspects in the larger angel-like figure. The Ten of Swords is saying that you no longer have the room and the time to doubt your ability to merge with your higher self, and doubt your ability to continue to self-actualize and continue to be a better you. Okay? If you think things are just going to happen by chance, especially when it comes to connecting with other people or getting into the right place at the right time or getting into the right career field or getting into the right door, okay? It's not. You definitely have to continue to be active. Even if you've had a lot of doors slammed in your face or you've had a lot of lovers go awry or whatever, this is saying that to continue to move forward. Continue to pick up your feet, because now's not the time to lay down in the face of defeat. I don't think it's going to serve you. Sometimes the Lovers talks about having multiple romantic potentials, and you do have the Two of Pentacles in your headspace. So if you've been playing the field for a while, but one person is clearly more of an asset to you for a multitude of reasons. Like, I feel like this is a person that you could like earn a lot of money with, or you have very similar values, or, you know, things like that. Like, you just see them as an asset. Okay. And I don't mean like a property, but this could be about assets. Don't keep playing the field too long, because if that person is really a true intellectual match for you, and again, you see them as this person that can just kind of go toe to toe with you and like really compliments you, you don't want to get caught, you know, continuing to meddle around with partners or options that you know don't even meet that other person's standards. That's for people that this is kind of a romantic turn. But there is a turning your back on a way that you've lived for quite some time, because Spirit is asking more of you. Okay? The door that's not open that was once closed, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. And on the Queen of Cups, we have fertility. So there is an opportunity for you to build a newfound connection with your intuitive body. And it doesn't really matter if you have water in your chart. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We all have intuition. And there's a lot of opportunity this month for you to act on your intuition, and I think to see financial gain from that, or to see opportunities formulate really quickly that can turn a profit later, or that some training that will turn a profit later. Because Cancer's title is Fortune Favors the Bold. Okay, and this was a little bit different. Fortune in their reading didn't really mean money so much as emotional satisfaction. You, Leo, I think that you're getting the chance to accelerate and ascend your own life and your lifestyle in a whole new way by acting on hunches. Okay, like I feel like your spidey sense or your sixth sense is going to be tingling something crazy this month, and you're going to be going for the gusto and really living from your gut. And I think that's going to serve you really, really well. And you may be having to do some traveling for that. Or again, you may having to kind of move beyond this mentally chaotic state, because you can't afford it. Okay, you can't afford to be indecisive this month, and I don't really think that you are going to be. But even if things seem slow, because again, Venus rules money and values, so even if things seem to be materializing slow, I think that you're going to have an endless amount of opportunities this month to secure new financial opportunities that you perceived. Okay? Now, if this is a water sign woman or a very, very psychic woman that you have contact with, I I feel she's going to have a lot of connections for you. And it may be something like she just mentioned something to you, like in passing, like that has nothing to do with what it actually is. Like she just makes a comment to you like, oh, I saw a license plate that said this, or I, saw a billboard today that said X, Y, Z, and I thought of you. And then that's going to trigger something in your own mind that I think that you've been wanting to learn, or that you're able to build upon, or that you're going to then take into the boardroom or then take into work and like build upon that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that synchronicities and things are going to be coming to you that way. For some of you, again, if you've been seeing multiple people, especially if you have a water sign and an air sign, or this can even be a Virgo, you may be realizing that, again, you more so want to build with this one, and you just have to rectify your past connections with this one, and I'll get there in a second. So your current energy as it relates to all of this, in your head, we have the Two of Pentacles. In your heart, the King of Swords with the rune marriage, and the Star, which we had in the beginning. So with the Star in your foundation, again, I feel that you're having to really have a renewed sense of faith, not only in your mind, but in your capabilities and in what is possible for you. I feel like you're kind of blowing the walls out in your mind and making more room for possibility and making more room for other people, other things to be valuable that you hadn't before. Like maybe life has just been about money for you for a while, or career advancement, or self-improvement. And now you're making room to take action on other things, right? Listening to your intuition, building a new task, or you're taking on a third job or whatever. With the Two of Pentacles in your headspace, though, you still haven't quite given your emotional body and your intuition the consideration that it requires and it deserves in order to allow your thoughts to come into a grounded state and guide you, okay? So the reason your mind is a little bit up in the air and undecided is because you need to commit on an emotional level, okay? King of Swords in your heart space is saying that only you know what your emotional truth is. Only you know the truth of your heart. And Leo, you're ruled by the heart. You know what I mean? You are the sun. You're what shines, okay? And some of you may, be making decisions about marriage and seeing the value in that, or maybe it's not valuable, you feel like it's too expensive, whatever. But this marriage room for me is really talking about commitment. And commitment comes on so many different aspects. And the King of Swords for me is saying that you need to be very, very clear, and you need to communicate your opinions and your truth surrounding how you feel and how much value your emotional body has in your decision making. Okay, there's also a strong air energy here, so I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius or any other air sign, but there's also an energy here of needing to take a page out of Aquarius's book and just see the bigger picture. Okay, I feel like not only considering what's your agenda, but what somebody else's agenda is and how to mesh them is going to be important. And again, there may be multiple offers for you at work, or multiple opportunities for you to invest in. You're going to have to determine, I think, which has the most value. And I think that the one that pays out first isn't necessarily the one that's the most valuable. I feel like you're focusing on assets that really can last and can really go the distance. And again, I feel like you're listening to your logic a little bit more. Because, right, fire energy in the heart space can sometimes be a little fleeting, right? It comes on really, really strong and then it fades. The King of Swords is saying that there's a certain level of just truth when it comes to how you feel that doesn't change. The fire may wane a little bit, but there's something that's always real and always there. Spirit's advice for you is the Six of Wands with the rune future. and the Fool with the rune Destiny. So there's a huge focus here on taking chances and being greatly rewarded. Like, Fool and Destiny is literally saying that you do not need to know what's going to happen when you take this leap. Just know that you are going to be running into the winner's circle and everybody's going to know. I feel like this is like getting a serious amount of attention. Lord knows Leo loves attention. This is like, look at me, I did it. And you're going to, it's like, you're going to be putting on airs, but not even in a way that's like off-putting. It's going to be so natural. And I think it's really going to, this is all going to happen for you if you really listen to those whispers from spirit that I was talking about in the beginning with the hair raising on the back of my neck. All of that is this kind of energy. Spirit is trying to communicate with you in a big way, and whatever's coming next, you're not going to be able to do it alone. You're going to have to let other people in. You're either going to have to build with somebody, bring on business partners, let love into your life, or let your emotions take a little bit more of a lead. But the Six of Wands is a really, really strong sense of notoriety, okay? And getting like acclaimed for being this really bold person. And I feel like the move that you're making, Leo, is something that other people only wish they had the balls to do, okay? The most likely outcome is the Queen of Swords with the Six of Cups. And on the Six of Cups, we have the rune Constraint. So if there's if there's hesitancy in your ability to like be clear about how you feel or communicate your truth, you know, I feel like this is about not letting your past hinder your future. Okay? Because the Queen of Swords, you know, and the King of Swords too can be a little bit cold. And you may not have a lot of energy to invest into your emotional body, or you don't want to really get nostalgic. Also, because Venus is going retrograde, not that you can't reconnect with old lovers during Venus retrograde. It's not like Mercury, but you may have an old flame come in and it kind of constricts your ability to focus on either this new person or all this other stuff that you have going on. But with the Six of Cups being, you know, ultimately the childhood and the inner child card, you may just have been raised to not really share how you feel, and you kind of don't put an emphasis on the value of being really soft with somebody or being really, you know, nurturing. So if someone's trying to nurture you, or this Queen of Swords is actually actively trying to nurture you, but you don't really know how to receive it, I feel like, you know, that's something that the two of you are going to have to tackle. I'm interested to see how this is going to shift for you coming the mid-month reading. You guys know I do mid-months. If you want access to those, all that's in the description box. And I also do love readings, and those get purchased together as a package. The love readings are for the whole month. All that info is in the description box if you're interested. Also, some people are saying that even though they're subscribed to me, they're not getting notifications when I upload. So hit the bell button, and then you'll get notified right away. And everyone that follows me on Instagram, which is also in the box below, gets my oracle readings on Instagram TV faster than YouTube does. I now do work I love, and I am paid well for it. I am appreciated and well compensated wherever I work. Yeah. So if you're being handed new work opportunities, now the thing about Venus retrograde is I wouldn't make like a huge investment on like a new project. Like now's not the month to cut a check for a startup or cut a check to, you know, buy a company or something like that. And this is also not the time to quit your job for the new job. But that's not to say don't take the new job. You know, excuse me, I would just try to stretch it out and make a really slow transition. But I do think that there's something coming in for you that is going to really propel your career forward or take your money to a new level that is just going to open several other doors. And it's going to require you to really, really, really be fierce and just have faith that the decision that you're making is going to pay off. All right, Leo, love you. Peace.